Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the collective for all signs, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's go ahead and jump into this reading. We're going to invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and our ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages that we need to hear. Messages for the collective, June 3rd, 2020. Messages for the collective, June 3rd, 2020. Messages for the collective, June 3rd, 2020. Queen of Cups, ooh, the Empress, Ace of Wands, and the Chariot in reverse. Okay guys, your overall energy for this reading is the Knight of Swords in reverse. I'm telling you, he keeps coming out all of my readings. The Knight of Swords in reverse is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. The Knight of Swords in the upright is somebody who is, very fast moving, someone who's very intellectual, somebody who's probably very black and white in their thinking, sort of this, the polarity, this is right, this is wrong, not a lot of gray area. But when he's in the reverse, I think he's really sitting in that gray area. There's a bit of confusion associated with him. Usually it's somebody who has become a bit self-centered. They've, whatever they're doing, they've sort of lost sight of the reason why they're doing it, and they're not really concerned, or they're not sentient enough or coherent enough to realize how they are hurting this situation, themselves, okay, or another person. All right, underneath there we do have the Nine of Cups in reverse. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. More explicitly, that is Jupiter in Pisces, and it's about, it's about wish fulfillment. So something not coming to fruition, something that somebody has been trying to manifest. Now, as a result of that, we could see that there's this confusion, there's a lack of direction, okay, because they didn't maybe have, as a result of not getting what they wanted or how they wanted, or vice versa. This confusion might result in them not getting their wish fulfillment, okay, not having that sort of clear plan or clear idea of what path they need to be on and how they need to accomplish things. So it's interesting energy. We're getting the Queen of Cups coming out in reverse. Now the Queen of Cups in reverse is that water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and in the upright, she has a lot of psychic abilities. She's very in touch with her emotions. She's very nurturing. She's very loving. And she's stable, and she sits really comfortably in her emotions. But in the reverse, okay, normally she's covering this cup, but in this one she's actually writing. Okay, but this cup is everything that she loves and everything that she adores and that is sacred to her. And she's willing to fight and protect that cup. Now, in the reverse, it could be a little bit of emotional instability. It could be somebody who's losing sight of their intuition, not able to access their intuition, because again, this Knight of Swords energy, and Spirit wanted me to remind you, it might be attached to yesterday's reading about, world events, chaos, anxiety, and getting sort of pulled into that, which could create sort of a lack of emotional balance and confusion that's not allowing you to tap into your inner wisdom and use your intuition. But the Queen of Cups in reverse, is also somebody who isn't giving herself that sacred time or honoring her own sacred space. So this could be somebody who's very emotionally drained as a result of dealing with this Knight of Swords in reverse, or it could be, two parts of yourself or an energy that you're observing, that somebody is emotionally imbalanced, can't access their intuition and their own inner guidance because of everything that's going on around them and or within them, this confusion. There was something else I wanted to say about her. Yes, because in the upright, the Queen of Cups is somebody also who, she gives a lot. She's very mothering, she's very nurturing, but she also reserves that special something for herself, whatever that is, that sacred time, that sacred space. So whether that means, a bubble bath with candles, or whether that means, that 10 minutes to meditate before everybody else gets up, whether it's that cup of coffee, that walk in the woods, maybe it's time, with your children, whatever it might be, that's not being honored, and that's going to really throw her through a loop, okay, and really create, this imbalance. But we do see that being corrected here with the Empress energy. Okay, the Empress energy is Venusian energy, it's Taurus or Libra. The Empress is always depicted as pregnant, somebody who's very fertile, somebody who's passionate, somebody who's compassionate, somebody who doesn't need to engage in any drama or any fights. Anybody who comes to the Empress with a fight, okay, or with a grievance, that's not something that is, some sort of injustice or something along those lines, is going to be cut down. And she doesn't even have to move. She doesn't have the patience. She doesn't deal with this emotional imbalance. She doesn't deal with petty BS. She doesn't deal with people who are spinning out of control, who are panicking, who are anxiety ridden. She doesn't have to, and she sits so comfortably in her throne, and her innate ability to create just by shifting her focus and to manifest friends, lovers, situations, abundance. Remember, that means so many things to so many different people, that her ability is so strong, okay, that she's all of the queens rolled into one. All right, so this Queen of Cups energy, I mean, if this is an extension of this energy, it's a beautiful, beautiful development. It's a reminder, okay? Remember, Venus, Taurus, and Libra energy that we see in the Empress rules money, and it rules love. Okay, and if you're not finding the flow, if you're not in the flow with relationships, then maybe your finances are also not in the flow. And so it's really important that you do that work and figure out how you can dissolve any blocks to make things easier, okay? And to sit in the throne, you are completely 100% capable of tapping into the Empress wisdom within. Okay, now what comes after the Empress wisdom is we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is that fire energy. It's that spark. It's the importance of divine timing that's at work in your life at this time. So whether this is a love relationship, whether this has to do with work, your spiritual journey, it's a card of yes, but not right now. So I'm seeing here that patience is going to be required, okay? And then we get the Chariot card, Cancer in reverse. I feel like these cards came out yesterday. But the Chariot card in reverse is telling me that you're feeling a little bit stuck. That I always picture this, old wooden wagon wheel that's stuck in the mud. Now, the Chariot card is about is a very strong major arcana card, so it will not stay stuck for very long. And again, it's tapping into that Empress energy, overcoming this sort of chaos and this emotional imbalance, being patient, understanding that this blessing is coming to you, but probably not when you want it to, okay, or how you want it to, because we do have that Nine of Cups in reverse as well, right? But being patient, understanding, having faith, the lesson of faith and patience, and soon enough this Chariot is going to get unstuck and move very quickly and with force. It's also all about aligning your will and understanding what direction you want to go in. Remember, the Knight of Swords in reverse, he's lost direction and he's kind of swinging around wildly, hurting himself, maybe hurting others, okay, or just maybe maybe just hurting the situation or his own progress. So it is about, finding that I want to say, they're telling me continuum, but like finding that balance, finding that, finding your course, and really taking the time to not only sit in this Empress energy, but that sacred space is coming back is really important, whether that's prayer, whether that's meditation, whether it's time away from friends or family, or just those, 5 or 10 minutes in the day where you can find that peace to reorder your priorities, okay, and really stack them up in the order of fundamentals and importance. Okay, and that's going to really help you sort of get back on track here. The Cancer card, the Chariot card, is also all about finding creative finding creative solutions to your problems. So again, giving it time, sit with a problem you might be experiencing or the confusion, and commune with spirit. Ask your angels, ask your spirit guides, okay? Ask them for help and guidance. And believe me, you can say this as, please put a time period on it today, within the next hour, please give me a sign, or in the next 6 hours, whatever it might be. And I guarantee you will see something, and they'll give you direction, but you do have to ask, speak it out loud, or write it down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the, what is this called? I can't remember all these names. Queen of the Moon Oracle. These are by Stacey DeMarco. These are beautiful cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards, especially as we're in that build-up period before the full moon. And I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're safe. I hope you guys are grounding, sending love and light to all the places that are being affected by disease, violence, injustice, lack of resources. Okay, you get beginnings, the new moon, number 2. Ooh, I love it. Look at that gateway. All right, I'm gonna pull some cards that I wasn't going to, but this is a gateway card, a brand new beginning. So I think also this is, maybe something here is coming to a close for you, and you're reacting to that, and it's created a bit of confusion and emotional imbalance. And Spirit's saying you have this Empress energy to call on, to sit in, to take you through this gate and start something brand new. Hunger, the wolf moon. This did come out yesterday, 29 breaking down to 11. So the need to bring back balance. The Queen of Cups in reverse is that imbalance. Hunger with this wolf moon is all about answering the call. You know what it is you need to do. Also, what I didn't mention yesterday, I did sort of that at least in the Mesoamerican tradition, dogs howling or wolves howling really would indicate that, the spirit of death would be sort of upon us, or somebody would be dying. But I think that's interesting because it really speaks to that death card representing Scorpio, which would be endings bringing about new beginnings. This is a big change and a big transformation. And I really do see that Chariot card getting unstuck, but you do need to be patient because divine timing is at work in your life at this time. It's also the wolves howl at the moon in order to, when they've been separated from their pack. So again, this is calling in your soul tribe. For some of you, you're calling in your soulmates, whether that's romantic, whether that's friends, but really coming together. I'm seeing that 3 of Cups energy, that reunion, that happiness, that celebration with people who share something in common and a value, the same values as you do, or the same vision for the future as you do. Again, it doesn't mean you have to agree on everything, right? But you do have some fundamental values that you share, and there's celebration there. And this is, answering that call. So some of you might be making new friends online. Sometimes when you guys are commenting in the section, there's something that somebody says that really resonates with you. And that's soul tribe, and that's beautiful, and that's what we really need. I mean, I know I need it, and I know so many of you out there need that as well. And it's comforting, and it's coming together. And I'm going to mention it again, that Spirit says I need to say it again. That Rumi quote that, there are 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. okay, and show your gratitude. And doing that with like-minded souls is just so much more powerful. All right, so let's go ahead and pull one final card for the collective, June 3rd, 2020. All right, and then we get pleasure. Waning gibbous moon number 18 breaks down to a 9. So we're seeing that sort of lack of wish fulfillment underneath the Knight of Swords. This is interesting because now we're seeing it pop up in the upright. So basically what you wanted before, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a job, whatever it was that you were trying to manifest, it wasn't able to come in either the way you wanted it or when you wanted it. Spirit's saying there's a reason for that, because either it wasn't for your highest good or the timing wasn't right. But you're going to realize that. You're going to realize that soon enough. At the bottom of the deck here, we get acceptance. Look at that. Waxing crescent, number 4. Look at that, the coming together. For some of you guys, this is union, twin flame, soulmate or twin flame union. For others of you, again, it's calling out. You're calling, howling at the moon, calling in your soul tribe, okay, to experience the pleasure that you were meant to. Ooh, nice reading. I know, because yesterday was I felt was so intense and nice in its own right, but you know, but it is nice to see something a little bit more lighthearted as well, right? We can't take ourselves so seriously. Third eye chakra, so the use of intuition. I like that coming out because the Queen of Cups has, you know, something's blocking her vision. Chaos or being stuck in fear-based thinking, overthinking, overanalysis paralysis, right? Okay. So you get the crown chakra. So Spirit's like, yes, definitely communing with Spirit. So we saw the third eye. Now we see the crown, the upper chakras. If you guys are doing energy work, you might want to be focusing on clearing and balancing your upper chakras, your soul star, your crown, your third eye, to really get yourself back in touch with your own inner wisdom and to commune with Source. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. And remember, you know, spiritual transmutation, if you will, spiritual alchemy is self-transformation. So really taking, you know, whoever here is reacting to not getting their wish fulfillment, learning, you know, like there's just as much to learn from our perceived failures as our successes. The lessons are slightly different, okay? But taking it and turning it into something very powerful for you. Turning it into pleasure. You know, pain here has turned into pleasure. So it doesn't really get better than that, you guys. Okay, and then we get, look, it really did want to come out. Number 6, the third eye chakra. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. Boom. All right, well, let's see what energies are going to help us today, June 3rd, 2020. What energies are coming in to help the collective, June 3rd, 2020? Okay. You guys get Ishtar. Boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others. Demands on your time and energy. What was I talking to you about? That sacred space. Being able to create whatever that is, even if it's 5 minutes a day. You know, shutting the door. I need these 5 minutes for me, because you really need to, you need to get those upper chakras aligned and balanced to receive the messages that you need in order to come out of this confusion and make some headway here. And once you do, I promise it's going to move so fast. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these divine doors. I haven't used one, but this new beginnings card is just said, you need to pull some divine doors. some final messages for the collective, June 3rd, 2020. Okay, look at that. You get another door. Looks pretty similar. Okay, so we'll walk through 2 doors together, you guys. This is what they look like. Okay. The first one is palmistry, fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. Oh, yeah. I mean, exactly, right? The importance of using your intuition, you guys. Like, it doesn't get more clear than that. And there's something blocking it. There's something blocking it. There's some sort of confusion. And it may be an emotional reaction. It could be disappointment. It could be sadness. It could be an adult tantrum, right? Sometimes, even me, it happens. You know, I don't get what I want. And I have a little cry about it, or I, you know, run off and stomp my feet, you know, figuratively, and, you know, and then you realize it's all part of the plan. So next we get, look at that, I thought it said third eye. Three-eyed raven. As sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. Oh, beautiful. And I love how that works in conjunction here with our wolf howling at the moon. So really the importance of paying attention to nature. Okay, it's interesting, in my meditation before this, I was picking up on a lot of ancestral stuff and about, you know, our ancestors were masterful at tracking and at hunting. And so it was like they paid so much attention to the natural changes in the cycles and the sounds. And I know you guys can probably hear it, and if you haven't, you'll definitely hear it now that I pointed out. But the sounds of the birds that are, I have my window open and there's woods, and it's so strong. But also there's deer, there are rabbits, there are fox. And, you know, if you spend time watching the birds and the squirrels, you name it, you learn so much. Also, if you guys have cats, so I rescue cats, and I have quite a few cats, and really I don't need any sort of alarm. I can tell what the weather's about to do. I can tell just by their reaction. If I hear a thump or a thud or a noise, watching their reaction is key to understanding what's going on around us. So not only looking outside in nature, but also watching your pets, and receiving the signs from them as to what's going on. You know, if you look at, if any of you remember when they had the tsunamis, now, you know, decades ago or what have you, but, you know, all of the animals left the beaches and headed up for higher ground much before the tsunami actually hit. So I'd hate to be dark and I hate to be morbid about this, but really I think for some of you, watching your own pets, if you have them, and paying attention to nature is going to really, really help you get back in touch with your intuition. And some of you are going to be asking for specific answers to questions, and the signs are all around you. Okay, they're all around you. And I also urge that you guys, if weather permits, if you can, to go out barefoot and do a little bit of earthing, grounding. Just get your feet on raw earth, on grass, on dirt. It doesn't matter. Even if it's the soccer field behind an elementary school or something like that, just for a moment to really pull up that energy of Mother Earth, Gaia, because that's also going to help you balance and align. Okay, and it happens very quickly. You don't need a lot of time. All right, you guys, sorry for blabbering on and on. And I hope you guys, if you're still with me, you please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.